us through what was going through your mind on that last shot and that bank three.
I mean, it was low shot clock. I knew that. I knew we had to get it up on the rim. And when I shot it, it was kind of luck. I obviously meant to make it. I tried to make it, but it was on our side with that one. So yeah.
What was the, I guess, change in mindset, if there was one, for both you and the team after the couple losses in Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We haven't lost 2 in a row all season, but we just got to – when we did lose to Western Michigan and Eastern, we just had to stay together. That was our biggest thing. We didn't handle adversity well when we played them. But like tonight, we had great leadership like Coach talked about. But like I said, we just got to handle adversity better in those moments, and I think we did that tonight.
How tough is it to face this team that's got some that penetration capability and when you peel off on them, then they just dish off?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. They got a lot of quick guards who can facilitate, hit floaters. They can do a lot of things. So we just got to contain them the best we can. Try not to foul. We got in foul trouble pretty early. They were in the bonus, but like I said, we just got to contain them and make them make decisions.
Coach mentioned in that huddle with 2-something left, down 7 points. What did you say specifically, and kind of what was your message to the team, and how did you see that play out down the stretch?
I would say the message was belief. I mean, me, Dan Lewis, Evan, everybody was looking at each other. I mean, we were like down 7, 2 minutes left. We didn't want to lose, obviously. But belief's the biggest thing. When a whole team believes, I mean, you can accomplish anything, like I said.
And in overtime, I don't know if there's 8 lead changes or some crazy number just back and forth. It kind of felt like whoever had the ball at was going to win. But what does it say about your team? There was different guys making shots, different plays down the stretch, but there was always one more answer.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody talked about earlier, we don't have a bunch of seniors on the floor, fifth years or whatever. I mean, Ian Elmer, talk about a big shot, big block. I mean, he's unbelievable the way he plays defense and locks in on offense as well. We have a sophomore point guard, Evan Ipsara, last play of the game, makes a great play to Ian, knocks in the shot. I mean, there's not much you can ask for from these guys. I mean, they give it their all every single night.
Hey Pete, you guys had 21 turnovers? You guys forced 21 turnovers. You had 2 steals. How has this team's defensive mindset kind of shifted to focusing on that?
For the 21 turnovers, I mean, they're a very good defensive team. Obviously, and they're physical. They press you, try to get hands on a lot of balls, but we just got to be better with those 21 turnovers, obviously. But like I said, we got the win tonight. We did what we needed to do. But like I said, in the future, we should be better.
With this type of team, it's really going to be, all hands that are probably going to contribute to most wins. The coach mentioned before that tip in that Potter got toward the end that was really big, and Elmer hit a big 3 out there on the wing. So, in addition to your bank 3.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a lot of people that are going to contribute to wins in most instances, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's the hardest thing for us. We got 9 dudes who can flat out play, hit big shots, be in big moments, no matter what, if they're a freshman, sophomore. Luke Skowjak getting big and ones late. Everybody contributing to a win is huge, and big moments like that is awesome.
Just kind of talking about the environment, but also, as this team has come together, you have, underclassmen contributing, you have people that have transferred in. What did you come to Miami for, and how have you seen it play out in a game and experience like this?
When I came to Miami, I obviously met the coaching staff, some of the teammates, and their whole goal was to win, be a top 3 team in the league offensively and defensively, and that's what we have accomplished so far. So when I came here, I didn't obviously know what we were gonna do. I didn't know Cam Kraft, Antoine. I didn't know the transfers coming in. I knew we were young as well, but like I said, our guys have really handled that great.
Yeah, that was a heck of a college basketball game. I thought 2 really good teams out there. Got a ton of respect for Kent State, Coach Senderoff, what he's been able to build there, and just how consistent they are year in, year out. They're always at the top of the league. They played a lot of NCAA tournaments. They played in a lot of meaningful games. They're used to playing on national television, and I told our guys going into the game, our team has earned the right to play in this game when they flexed it to Friday. Had a great crowd tonight. I want to thank President Crawford and Dr. Renata Crawford as well for having Love, Honor, Care. Students were phenomenal. They make a huge difference. And again, I always go back to, listen, I'll never forget the first game I coached here, year 1 against Evansville. Man, I got that picture on my phone. There was nobody here. There's nobody in the stands, and our team's done a good job of building some energy. We've gotten a lot better. We built our culture, and our guys have earned that right. I heard Cam Kraft earlier today. He was talking to Pete Gillen, who did the color commentary tonight for CBS, and Pete asked him, what's kind of the key to the game for Miami, and he said handle adversity. And and we were at, I think it was 2:41 left in the first half or second half. We were down by 7. And that's what I told those guys. Listen, man, we need belief. There's a lot of time left. It was a timeout, called a timeout. Obviously, they were going on a run. It was our time to go on a run, and we did. I thought we really executed down the stretch really well, both in overtime and at the end of regulation. And it paid dividends. Evan had a heck of a drive kick there at the very end to Ian, obviously for the game winner. But how about Ian Elmer's block that he had at the end of regulation, right? I mean, that was a phenomenal play. Phenomenal play. Peter Suder obviously had a big night. He's a Swiss Army knife, impacts the game in every single way. Brant Byers, we just have so many different guys. Reese Potter was phenomenal. Just his rebounding, and how about that put-back finish he had? That was a big one. I thought everybody impacted the game in a positive way. So, it's a good win for us. And we get a day off tomorrow, a much-needed day off. We haven't had a day off in, a while, about 9 days. So then we'll get back at it and get ready for Northern Illinois.
Coach, 20 wins for the first time in the 21st century. Did it tonight in front of over 6,000 fans against a really tough opponent. Can you just elaborate on the emotions that you're feeling right now after tonight's game?
Yeah. I've said this several times. I don't want to be a broken record, but we're not where we want to be, but we're not where we were either. Glad to get 20. The fans were awesome. Students, I can't tell you how big of a difference it makes. We had students here an hour early, which was, I looked out there, I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen that since I've been at Miami that early. And I was like, man, that's awesome. And I know our guys appreciate that. They do a lot. So, and we do, I know I do. But again, it's, we're not where we want to be. We want to get in the NCAA tournament, and that's the end goal. But again, 20 is a nice little notch in the belt, and you kind of keep moving forward. So shows growth in the program.
You've often talked about the importance of free throw shooting, especially in a game like this. You guys 24 for 29 tonight. How would you assess their performance from the line and how important it is for the rest of the way?
Yeah, as poor as we've been the last couple games, man, it's nice to see a few go in. We've been shooting a lot of free throws. On Wednesday, we traveled back from Eastern Michigan, obviously took a loss up there. And, usually you would go 2-day prep for an opponent like Kent State, but we kind of took Wednesday off. Felt like our guys were a little tired, probably through the travel, going to Western, then coming back, then going to Eastern, coming back. And we were like, hey, we're just going to shoot 100 free throws and get a few shots up, watch film. That's all we did on Wednesday. And we got to keep staying in the gym, shooting our free throws. But again, we have a really good shooting team. We should be a tremendous free throw shooting team, and that's how you win close games. That's how you close them out.
Coach, some of the teams that you're facing here, they have some seniors that they can turn to down the stretch, and that's the last time through for those. So they've got the experience and they've got the motivation. Your team's not quite as old. What do you look for to pull through in times like these, especially after dropping 2 and then coming to a big game like this?
Yeah, I always want to give a special shout out to Dan Lewis, who is our senior. Dan is, I think from a fan's perspective, he's not the guy out there getting 22 points and 7 rebounds, but the impact he has on our program, it's incredible. He's awesome. He changes our whole program. I'll be honest. Like, just his toughness, his competitiveness, his character, his selflessness, man, he's incredible. I hear him during every time out. I hear him every time a guy comes out of the game, he's talking to those guys. Like, nowadays, those kids, there ain't many guys like that. There's not. And that's our whole team. I think it permeates throughout the rest of the team. And then I heard Peter, Suder, when I was 241, I was kind of challenging our guys because I looked at our guys and I was like, fellas, I saw some blank stares. We were down by 7, right? 2:41 left in regulation. It's like, dude, there's a lot of time left. And I heard Peter said it immediately. He said, fellas, there's a lot of time. We can do this. We're going to win. And just like those little moments, player-led teams are way better than coach-led teams. There's a reason why Peter Suder was voted captain, Evan Ipsaro, and Dan Lewis, by their teammates, not by me. And you hear those guys' voices. And that's when you need the leadership, is when you hit adversity, right? Which we did this past week. We lost a couple games. It is what it is, right? It's easy to lead when everything's smooth. And those guys have done a great job. I thought just their voices, whether it was in practice, shoot around, that's why we won tonight, to be quite frank. Our leadership, our player leadership was really, really good.
Coach, you mentioned guys like Potter and Byers. You guys had 34 points off the bench. Can you speak to this team's depth?
Yeah, I think we're the deepest team in the league. I think our Akron could probably challenge us in that area, but, like, we got so many different guys. I mean, that's what makes us hard to scout. Obviously Peters had a game over 40. Cam had a game over 40. But then I want to say you probably have had all 9 guys have led us in scoring that are in the rotation at one point or another this year. and that's what makes us very difficult to scout. We kind of wear teams down, and that's kind of our mantra as a team is like strength in numbers. It's a game changer.
Kent State has some pretty good statistics to back up their defensive, prowess.
Yeah.
But so I know you were expecting a physical, difficult, way against them. What about the rebounding? Were you quite expecting there to be that much of a margin to make up for?
Yeah, we got drilled. I think part of it was they were driving the ball, and we were getting rotation. Another guy would have to come over, and we got to get better at our rotational blockouts, and that's on me. I got to put our guy. We got to practice that and drill it a little bit more. I thought we have an explosive offensive team. Listen, that water will always find its level. We ain't gonna miss as many shots we missed against Eastern Michigan. I'm just being honest. We missed 13 wide open, tee it up, in the gym. Only person in the gym threes. Like, we're one of the best shooting teams in the country. It is what it is, man. Like, you make 3 of those, we win the game. You know what I mean? 3 or 4, like just of the 13, not even all of them. It just is what it is. You always talk about we talk about quality of shot. They're a really good defensive team. All those metrics, like you said, I think they're top 100 defensively in the country. They make things hard. They play hard. They're physical. They're athletic. Senderoff does a great job. They're well coached. But we got a lot of good players, man. We're hard to scout.
It felt like Suder down the stretch kind of willing you to, when you mentioned in the huddle his vocal leadership, but then to go out and back that up with the shot, the free throws, kind of that end of regulation.
Yeah, he's just, he's built for it. He's tough. He's a winner. It's how he is every day in practice and shoot around. He's the guy diving on a loose ball and a shoot around. He'd do that. Like, he'll give up his body. He'll do anything to win. And I think his teammates all know that. It's like they respect him because of he's not selfish at all. He's a great player, but he's willing to do whatever it takes, literally, whatever it takes to win.
You talked about the environment a little bit, but how meaningful is it to kind of be able to showcase what you're building, not just the attendance here, but in the national televised game as well?
That's huge. I think it's just part of. It takes a while to build, and the patience that it takes. We all want it to be overnight, right? And I'm right at the very top of that list. Like, I wanted this thing to be flipped in one day, but I also knew when I took it over that it was going to take probably till year 3 to get this thing right. And man, and our marketing has been incredible. Angie, I want to give a special shout out to Angie. Angie's been awesome. She's doing a great job helping getting those students in there. And Daryl Hallberg, our direct report, my direct report, one of the associate ADs here, of getting this where the students sit now. Having that, it changes a lot of things. There's a lot that goes into this thing. It's not just putting out a great product of like, hey, we're good and we play the right way, we play hard, but it's also like all the people that are kind of behind the scenes that don't really get a lot of credit. They just do it, just because that's their job, and they love Miami, and they deserve a lot of credit as well as building this thing.
Might have been the last time out. You were up a couple, 3 or whatever, but was there some discussion about when they come down there, don't give them an and one?
Yeah. So you're talking about when we were up by 3?
I think so.
Yeah, and so we were at 55. And then it was getting late. Like, so all of a sudden, Makai Cooper, was at the line. There's a 3-point game. Senderoff called timeout. So we call that, we're in 55, so we're switching all ball screens. And then we talk about, hey, listen, if Coop was going to miss that free throw, we wanted to foul, right? We're going to foul up 3, so they can't shoot 1. If Coop made it, then we were going to go back zone inside the 3-point line. So the only way they could tie is if they hit a three and get fouled, right? So just playing all those special situations, right? We did a great job inbounding the ball to Coop to knock those free throws in. Again, just there's a lot of little things that go into it to strategy, especially at the end of the game. Our guys did a great job at executing tonight.
Coach, Sean Cameron Davis, their leading scorer, got into foul trouble early.
Yep.
Only played 26 minutes in this one. Was that part of the game plan to attack their guys early?
Yeah, tried to, man. He's a phenomenal player. I mean, if you look at his analytics, I think he's ranked the second best player in the league right now per analytics, and he's a monster. And we knew it would take a team effort. I thought we did a great job on him overall when he was in there. He obviously hit a big three to put them up by 7 there with 2:41 left in the game. But I thought we did a great job on him because he is a load. I mean, him and Solinger are all league guys, and Solinger's playing great basketball right now. They got 2 horses, man, that are really good.